from.co.uk. I've got Matt and Gav here from the Blackout. They're about to play a gig at the Waterfront in Norwich, so we're just going to ask them a few questions. So did you guys do anything special for Christmas and New Year?
Absolutely nothing. I didn't do anything.
No, it's quite quiet. Actually, on New Year's Eve, I went to like a house party with my friend's house in Hereford.
Yeah.
And I got over 8 o'clock, and we got loads of air rifles out. And first thing I done was we started shooting at like Pringles tins, and we filled them up with sand. But because it was like pitch black, you couldn't see if you hit it. So I thought, get some balloons, they're gonna pop. First shot I took, gun come back, hit me in my face.
It bounced off. Or the gun, or
the sight, sorry. The scope come back, hit me in my face, I had a massive cut on my forehead. I'd spent all New Year's Eve with a massive plaster on my head.
We came to practice after, just for tour, and he had a cut in his hand. Like, what do you have on your face? Oh, guns. And that was all he told us. So like, what? You can't just leave it there. Ah, just guns.
Yeah, so it was good, it was fun, but I cut my head, so.
New Year's Eve, I went out for a curry with some friends and went home early, and that was it. It was great.
So, which of the band members would you rely on the most if a robot from the future came back in time to kill you all?
Oof, that's a tough one. I don't know.
And Reese, you'd be useless.
Be
He'd be
hilarious.
funny, yeah. Send him first.
Just for the comedy value.
Yeah.
You can imagine like karate kicking and stuff and like chopping. So
They definitely have an 80s montage of him getting ready to attack
the
robot from the future.
And send in Reese first.
Yeah, Reese first.
Brilliant. Okay, so recently there's been quite a lot of crowdfunding used to get a lot of money for new albums and stuff to try and keep away from labels. Do you feel that labels still have quite a lot of influence in the music that bands produce?
It depends on the size of the band, I think, and
probably the size of the label as well, really.
Like currently the climate at the moment in the music industry, I think labels are finding it less financially viable to take a risk on a band, so they probably have to take safer options or do different deals with to make back the money they've put into the band, to make records and get out on tour and stuff. So I think with that, bands have started looking to different places, obviously to crowdfund and things like that. I don't think it's because labels have too much say over music is why it's happening, really. Would you say that?
I think you're just scared to take a risk, they just don't want to lose money, which they probably inevitably going to do at the moment, so.
Yeah.
You can, everyone slags off labels and stuff, but at the end of the day, they are, a means of getting music out there, and most of the labels we've worked with have been amazing, and it's just with everyone just downloading for free, and CD sales are just obviously plummeted, and with that comes the record labels' income to pay for all these bands' recordings and marketing, videos. It's all there, so yeah, it's quite hard.
We haven't been a band for that long, but we noticed our first album with the Dynamite done 10,000 copies in the first week, which we thought was amazing. And then when the Best in Time came out, it done 3,000 copies. But the difference in that time was when We the Diamond was come out, we were doing 600 tickets in London.
Yeah.
By the time We the Diamond come out, the Best in Time come out, we was doing 2,000 tickets. So we'd sold 3 times as many tickets, but albums had shrunk 3 times as much.
Yeah.
So and you understand about labels and take risks, but then I think it's just bad in a way because there's gonna be no bands developing and no I can't imagine being the next festival headliner coming about because the band's not had a chance to do it, and
that's why all the festival headliners of recent have just been the AC/DCs and Metallicas, with the exception to maybe Biffy Clyro.
Yeah, but then they've been around
10,
15 years.
We've seen them when it was 17, down in the Kerrang Festival.
Yeah, when Jason, who produced our albums, used to be in a band called A, and he was telling the stuff a record label used to do for them, the record label was insistent they done Top of the Pops, so the record label flew them by helicopter to London to do Top of the Pops, and he said they do press in Germany and they basically have 2 planes and the band would split up into 2 groups. and they'd have like basically 2 private planes go around Germany, like flying to different cities to impress every day. And you just
They were a big band, but not the biggest.
yeah, another biggest band. And like
So
they said like every tour they get so much tour support. They basically buy a new backline and a new like fly cases every tour. And you just can't imagine like a label doing that like anymore for any band. So
couldn't do it, couldn't financially do it, and say, like they do that because they'd be on the road pushing an album, and then obviously they get more sales, and the label would make more money, and the band would make more money. But it just doesn't equate that like to that anymore. You know, you go out on the road, and it doesn't affect your CD sales that much, to be honest. So.
yeah.
So if someone was seeing you for the very first time, what should they expect from one of your gigs?
Just us going, high energy, live show that we try and get the crowd involved as much as we can.
Yeah.
The music we play is the music we love, so we enjoy playing it as much as hopefully our fans love to come to see it as well. So there's almost kind of like a cycle where we feed off their energy and then they feed off ours, and it just kind of spirals that way. So it's just live,
Fun,
us chatting
I'd say.
about fun,
Yeah.
having a laugh, just for for the one night, just forgetting all the shit of college, work, school or whatever, and just go out and have a good time and just enjoy yourself, really.
What is your ideal pizza topping?
Pizza topping, oh, that's a tough one.
See, this is controversial. Just cheese.
Just cheese.
Cheese and tomato, but tomato goes without saying, isn't it?
Yeah, like, it's kind
It's
of
like saying,
a margarita.
oh yeah.
So I find everything else is like greasy and like
Depends though. Sometimes it
just
can.
cheese for me.
I'm a big fan of I always get them mixed up. It's like either the Mighty Meaty or the Meteor from Domino's.
Just lots
Like-
of meat.
Just meat, and no mushrooms. But I do agree with Matthew. A good cheese pizza can be equally as good as a bad meat pizza.
So tell us a story about the funniest thing that's happened to you since the formation of the Blackout.
Oh, there's been so many, all of which normally involve someone falling.
Yeah.
Did I fall at this venue? You fell at this venue.
Ah, yeah, I broke my ribs.
It was hilarious.
Like on the side of the stage, there's like just a drop. I just put my foot off.
Thinking it was more stage.
Yeah, and there was no stage. And I fell
Disappeared
off
in the
stage,
darkness.
caught my ribs in a flight case to the side of the stage, and I just winded myself. And I was just lying on the floor for probably like
that.
it felt like I wasn't even playing. I was just like, I think I'm dead. I didn't think I was ever gonna get back up.
We played a festival called Hit the Deck in Nottingham, Nottingham Rock City, and I thought it'd be really cool to do just spin on the spot. I was like, yeah, just spin on the spot. I've seen people do that. It looks awesome. And I forgot I had my mic in my hand with the lead, and the lead just went round my feet and legs, and then I fell backwards off the monitor, off stage, and took out 3 photographers. If you look on YouTube, there's a video somewhere where it's really, because there's flash, there's a lot of strobe, it's kind of just me going and then upside down and then not there anymore. So that was pretty funny.
So what happens when you fall over? Does the show just stop? Would you have to carry on?
No, you can't.
It's just like Batman.
And
You have to get back up.
Embarrassed.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, I fall over all the time. All of them, everyone's got a falling off story apart from maybe Snars.
Yeah, some
Because he sat down, there's no room to go.
Yeah.
Years and years ago, we played a small workman's hall in Neath in South Wales, and it was the first song, and we had like a big chunky intro, and Bob, his old man, just given him this PRS, not giving him, loaned him to play live. There's no scratch on it, so he's like rocking out, and he lost his balance and started falling forwards, and he couldn't stop himself. So there was 2 monitors by there. So the only way he knew how to save the PRS was just pull it in. He just fell in between 2 monitors on top of the PRS, holding it, going, please don't scratch my dad's guitar. That was funny.
Has Reese fallen? He must have.
Reese must have fallen. Sean fell in spectacular style in Manchester Apollo.
Yeah.
We got
intro,
footage intro again. He's like, yeah, I'm looking cooler for you. And then he trips over. But not only did he trip over, his mic goes face first into the monitor and just goes, whee! first beginning of the song, and he's just like, he tries to get back up and look cool. It looks amazing because he's just terrible.
One of my favourite falls wasn't by one of us, is by our old tour manager Rich. He played what was it?
What's up there?
Yeah, Butts of Fest. And I'd gone off stage and I was kind of like standing on the crowd, and Rich thought, I'm a responsible tour manager. I'll go stand behind him, obviously he doesn't fall back, so he runs, puts his foot on the monitor to jump off to kind of get me, but he just slips off the monitor and just falls off the stage like Superman style sideways. And just
it's like a 5 foot stage as well, 5-6 foot stage. And he went to go like that over, and he kind of slipped and went, oh no, just flew sideways.
You got that on video as well.
Got that on video, and for the rest of the song, I was just crying, laughing to the microphone. Reese, you can see Reese, he's playing bass, and it kind of,
it's like slow to register.
yeah, it's like, what? Did that? It just slowly registers with it. It's amazing.
It's all falls.
It all falls. It's brilliant.
Amazing. You should make a compilation of
We
shit.
should. We got something when it's on YouTube. Sean Fulton is on YouTube.
Oh yeah, in Texas when we were recording.
That's a good fall.
We were bored, when we were not actually recording. There was a bit outside with a basketball net. We used to just, shoot hoops as they do in America. And there was a wall, and for some reason we got so bored of just doing normal stuff. You had to run and jump on a wall and chuck it over your head to try and get it in. So he runs up to this wall, puts his foot, it slips, and then he just goes straight over the wall then just disappears behind it. And then for a split second, we were all like, ah, shit, he's killed himself.
Because the other side of the wall was where they kind of like
Hadn't finished.
hadn't stuff filled in, so there's like metal rods sticking up and just like bricks and like just dangerous stuff really.
Yeah, I think, I can't remember which one. Search Album Diary on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's one of them ones in Texas.
Right, we'll check them out.
Alright, I'm Gavin,
I'm Matthew.
and we are,
Some of the Blackouts.
yes, and you are watching noiseaddiction.co.uk.
We got nothing